319 is a section of the Clean Water Act. So that's why we call it Section 319H.
Okay.
And it specifically addresses non-point source pollution. So it focuses a lot on stormwater, but it's really focusing on pollutants coming from the watershed.
Okay.
So the 319 grant really is supposed to focus on that non-point source. And the point sources, the non-point sources we're focusing on are stormwater, so we have those 4 projects, but also another non-point sources from the sediments. So that's why we're doing that study on the sediments under the 319. And very specifically, months ago when I met with DEP about that study, they recommended that we do the study under 319, not under the HAB grant.
Okay.
The HAB grant is a special program that New Jersey DEP put together in response to the HABs that were experienced in 2019. So in there, we focus almost entirely on projects in the lake. So where 319 is focusing heavily on the watershed, the HAB grants focus on innovative technologies that can be installed or implemented in the water to prevent, mitigate, or control HABs. So we have some projects that are using alternative products to copper sulfate to reduce the HABs. We're trying 3 different types of aeration in different locations. We're trying floating wetland islands, all kinds of in-lake technologies again, the key words are to prevent, mitigate, or control HABs. And then the first grant that was submitted was not submitted to New Jersey DEP, it was submitted to EPA. That's a federal grant. That was under their HAB eradication program.
Okay.
And that's under the STAR program. It's very competitive over the entire country, but there also we focused on green technologies to control HABs. So I think there are 4 big projects in the EPA grant. One of them is a watershed project at a local school, the Edith Becker School, so like a rain garden. And then the other projects there's like a large floating wetland island that actually circulates the water, so there's very green technologies associated with that one. Also, I do want to mention that in the HAB grant that we submitted, there's a program for rain gardens that Rutgers oversees,
right.
which is very, very effective. We've seen that occur at other watersheds. So we're trying to promote that here. And then as part of the EPA grant, there is a portion where the New Jersey Institute of Technology will be providing a grad student and several undergrads who will help us do the stormwater sampling. So it helped reduce the cost because then we, the consultant, don't have to go out and collect. We'll train students how to do it. So there'll be one graduate student and his or her dissertation will be on Lake Hopatcong and the evaluation of all these types of technologies, and then maybe 2 or 3 undergrads. So that helped stretch the dollars. So we could implement more projects in the area by doing that. So that first HAB eradication is a federal grant
right.
from EPA. The other 2 are state through New Jersey DEP.
Fantastic, great. When will we hear back about the status of the grants and when?
We're supposed to hear about EPA's in June. I think it was sometime in June. HABs, it's supposed to be by the end of this month,
okay.
28, and then 319.
Good.
Yeah.
What they're hoping to do is sooner.
Yeah.
And then the NIPWIC grant will be
That's
4.
yeah. So yeah, that one we're just starting to talk about. Now I don't have a lot of experience with that, but there's someone in our Ringo's New Jersey office, Christy. I'm going to bring her involved because she has a lot of experience with that grant program. So she'll be working, with the foundation and commission.
And the Crescent Cove project is in the HAB state grant request, right?
So in the HAB grant, the Crescent Cove project that we have included are for the ultrasonic units, and yes, that's part of the HAB grant.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
In addition to our grant, Hopatcong also.
And that's why I wanted to. Yeah, so the ultrasonic project that we proposed is different than the Borough of Hopatcong did submit an application for a aeration bacterial project.
Do they go hand in hand or do they compete with each other?
I don't know. That's because they're both
Okay.
pretty innovative technologies. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm assuming because the one, the one operates. So the ultrasonic puts out these ultrasonic pulses that make the gas vacuoles of the blue-green algae, and the gas vacuoles is what makes that surface scum. So the ultrasonic unit makes the gas vacuoles collapse, and then they sink to the bottom and die. The aeration is, again, you want to keep the water moving because it makes it more difficult for those scums to form, and then you're adding bacteria that are competing with the blue-greens for the nutrients. So knowing what I know what the ultrasonic does and what this system's supposed to do, I don't think they would be competing with each other.
Okay.
They might even enhance one another if they were both funded, but I haven't seen a study that implemented both in the same water body, so it would be an experiment, I guess.
Thank you.
Just one other thing to note is, although we both submitted applications, both Hopatcong and the commission, Hopatcong still supported the commission's application with in-kind services. So, we don't feel that there's necessarily competition or
Right, and they were very interested in the ultrasonic units too. So.
Yeah,
On
fantastic.
a large scale, how would that ultrasonic work? What is it, a generator?
It's basically pulsing this sonic. wave
Okay,
in the water.
what creates the sonic pulsation?
It's this box that's just generating this.
Okay.
This
And how big a surface is that?
So one of the larger units covers about 50 acres. So we have two. Now these are very expensive. So what we're doing for the grant is we're renting them for a year, but with the option to buy and the nice thing about that is we're going to do a full-blown study.
Yeah.
If we feel it doesn't work, then the commission, the foundation, no one owns it. It goes back. But if we like the results, then we could go to DEP or a funding agency and say, hey, we have a year of data. We know this works. We've already rented, and part of that rental can go toward the purchase of the units. And there's solar too, which is nice,
Oh, okay.
because then you don't have to, some of the
So
aeration
it's like
systems
some
would
kind
go-
of a floating apparatus?
it's buoyed and it's
okay.
tethered down. Yeah, a lot of the large drinking water systems, we use them in front of their intakes.